This podcast is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability, criminal prosecution, and the wrath of the tall man.
Boy!
Regulators! Settle up! We're gonna have a lot of fun now. Taking you to jail. No killing. Objection, Your Honor. Court adjourned.
You were supposed to expose the ring. Instead, you went out on a rampage. You're now wanted by the legitimate law as well as those outside the law. You're being hunted by truth.
We're good, but this is getting ridiculous.
I like these odds.
The governor's put a $200 bounty on your head.
Yeah, I got plans for the governor.
Bonnie is believed to be the captain of the deputized gang.
Billy the Kid, huh?
Let's dance.
If you got 3-4 good pals, then you got yourself a tribe. There ain't nothing stronger than that.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
All right, so board series, let us know we're going live, and this is I Did Crazy Flicks. It's not a 90 for chill. It's just 10 minutes, a little long on that one. So I Did Crazy Flicks with Cat Bus Russ. I am your host, Cat Bus Russ, and once again, I am joined by CouchManBakes, the Class Squatch, Andrew TD.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right, and he this is one that's been meaning to watch because it was like all over the Sam Goodies and Music Lands back in the 80s and early 90s. It is.
And I also remember the soundtrack cover being in like all the Pizza Hut record playing devices as well.
Jukeboxes, right? Which is weird
That's the word I was
because
looking for.
there's really not much on this soundtrack. Like I know
The second one had a lot.
yeah. Well, and that's I'll get into what I think about my initial thought on the film. But so Young Guns, directed by Christopher Kane from 1988, riding high off the Brat Pack essentially. I know Lou Diamond Phillips was hot riding off of La Bamba the previous year. It's the same year I think he was in Stand and Deliver, where you gotta
Yeah.
somebody's got to save these kids. Okay, that's the most offensive I hope I'll get. It's the I just remember the South Park where somehow Cartman's teaching calculus and is doing the I think it's Edward James Olmos character from that.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
you got to cheat like Bill Belichick. So, uh, so yes, uh, so yeah, I was definitely familiar with it. I wasn't I didn't really know any of them. My parents followed the MPAA, as I've said numerous times on this. So R-rated, nope. And I think this is only R-rated for the peyote scene, honestly. Like some of the violence isn't too graphic, but you definitely can't
Um,
let kids watch.
the language does get a little racist from one character in particular. They did do a lot of squibbing, and basically the squibbing is what got them the R rating.
Okay, well, as I say, peyote, like I don't know. This is the
The peyote scene, yeah, I mean, probably enough to do it, but
yeah.
yeah.
This is the second time I've watched a movie this year where Emilio Estevez does not know how drugs work.
What was the other one?
The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have seen heroin addicts who get hyper off like when they get high, but so I guess it's kind of a downer. I guess it could have that effect on
It
somebody.
if only he had someone close to him that he could ask how drugs work, like a brother or something.
Yeah, well, this time I think Charlie Sheen's really riding high on this one. He was in Wall Street the year previously,
Yeah.
Platoon the year before that, and he was like he definitely did a lot of movies where it's like, oh, I'm gonna come in for 2 weeks and then I'm gone. A classic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it from '86, The Wraith.
I
With
I've heard of it, but I have never seen it.
Get a crazy Clint Howard character on top of that. Randy Quaid is a sheriff. Charlie Sheen
Whoa,
is
why
it?
have I not seen it?
Yeah, Charlie Sheen is a ghost who's driving a turbo charger to take out the people who killed him. So yeah, look that one up.
Fantastic.
Yes, excellent soundtrack. Like when they finally released it on DVD, they made an emphasis of, and here's who's on the soundtrack. And the classic where the pre-Batman PG-13 where it's like, kids aren't going to be hurt too bad by Sherilyn Fenn's boobs.
Right.
So, all right. So, um, but yeah, so that Charlie Sheen riding high, Emilio Estevez. This is kind of like I think maybe his breakout from the Brat Pack, essentially. Despite he's with Keith or Sutherland, who's kind of also had that vibe, but he also had the previous year or maybe 2 years prior was the Lost Boys, which we've discussed on this podcast. So,
Well, Emilio, yes, we have discussed that one. Emilio had worked with the director on a film about a year or so before this, because that's how he kind of got involved, and also, yeah, kind of his breakout from the Brat Pack. Even though this being a Brat Pack movie, it helped to
mm,
get financed essentially, because
yes.
originally they were going to have Sean Penn in the Emilio role of Billy the Kid, but
Oh,
Sean Penn had legal problems. You know, a sentence you've heard once or twice.
yes. Oh no, that's no, Emilio's pretty much almost the cleanest of the 80s kids. I mean,
Yeah,
all his big problems was to getting that married and divorced from Paula Abdul. Uh
yeah, and that's the worst thing that's on your '80s celebrity resume, dude. You won.
yeah. So I think he just kind of got after the Mighty Ducks. He kind of got pigeonholed into like, well, we can sell him the kids, and
Yeah,
he doesn't do a lot of acting. He's more of a director type now. Does a lot of work with his dad. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm trying to
yep.
look up. Let's see that movie you were talking about. Well, I know. I think. Oh, this is So he ended up doing like four movies with his brother, essentially. Men at Work.
Yeah, he did
Uh,
this one. Gonna work.
uh,
That's probably the most famous of the ones he did with them.
yeah, X-rated. But let's see.
Yeah,
So I guess that movie must have been Wisdom with Christopher Gain, because I don't think it was Steakhouse. I think that was Walter Hill. So yeah, that was kind of his breakout, I guess would be.
yeah.
Oh no, Wisdom was written and directed. Dang, he was able to write and get Demi Moore. Oh, it's a canon movie. That's why. Okay, so it's not Wisdom. Oh, I'm trying my best. Like I think Atlanta Comic Con's gonna happen for me, but there was a like I was trying to like come up with other panels so I have more stuff to do. And okay, the movie was That Was Then, This Is Now, directed by Christopher Gaines. And
I've heard of that one.
yeah, Craig Schiffer in an early role. So Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
That's when Morgan Freeman would be anywhere and everywhere. And it's kind of a good cast. Kim Delaney.
and also, have we really left that era of cinema? Because Morgan Freeman still pops up in a lot of stuff.
Right, but back then he was just the guy from the electric company working until he did Driving Miss
Fair
Daisy.
enough.
Uh,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah,
That's
did
fair.
right. Um, like he's that guy sadly can do no wrong, and I've heard the Me Too stories where basically he's acting like the senior citizen he was in Red. So I guess we should have seen that coming. So all right, well, Sunday, the new sacrament, gotta get that in my system. And
Oh,
I'm go.
now Patria's Field Sunday.
Oh, I mean, it's. I was thinking like, well, shouldn't Malort be the sacrament if Jesus could suffer on a cross for a day? Never mind the 12 stages.
I
I just
love that.
hmm.
That almost makes that almost makes me want to drink that devil juice again. Almost. I still don't trust you.
Look. They just came out with another. I'll get you the barrel age next time. That is good stuff. I mean, it doesn't have the kickback
I'm
or
sure
anything,
that's
but
so much better.
oh, it doesn't really have the
Ugh.
it doesn't really have the punch in the mouth, but it has a little more flavor. Like yeah. All right. So,
I don't know which is the problem, the flavor or the punch.
uh, well, it's interesting. We got a lot of tequila tastings at my day job, and once it was let's see, like I'll try Santo tequila, which I think is the Guy Fieri, and like
Yes,
this is
that's the one with Fury and Tim Hagar.
well, that's actually the mezcal Santo the mezcal, because
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. That's on me. Okay.
Okay, but which I haven't heard anything grand about unless like, oh, this is inoffensive. I kind of want to be offended when I drink tequila. You know, just me.
I
But
mean, I
I
get it.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, I got into the Malort just because of the wrestling scene, and it's like, well, we're just used to causing harm to ourselves. So, all right, but so this movie takes place in oh well, obviously the 1880s or so. I think Billy Kid was born.
Late 1880s, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say
Yeah.
88.
All right. Hey, 100-year anniversary. Dang, they actually planned this. I mean,
Essentially.
yeah, released in 88. All right. So it's about Billy the Kid and his involvement in the Lincoln County War and
Yep.
him joining the regulators, which I wonder if Warren G and Nate
Yes.
Dogg took
Well,
that.
I mean, they definitely sampled
Oh,
J.D.
okay.
Shamasco's brilliant regular speech for the song, which about 12 years after the fact, Casey heard that song for the first. He had no idea.
Hmm.
He had
Ah.
no idea he'd been sampled. He had no idea. He had nothing.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Um. So, uh, since this happened in history, the Lincoln County War, it almost makes this not a crazy
Mhm.
flick, but of course there was a sequel, and that's where we rewrite things. Because like
Um, believe it or not, believe it or not, the sequel is not as much of a rewrite of history as people think. There's a lot of stuff that actually happened during the same time span of this first movie that just they didn't put in the first one.
mhm.
They didn't, and it was, and there was originally 11 regulators. In this movie, there's six. So they kind of, cobbled some people together in the first one out of a couple different ones. And in
Yeah.
the sequel, they maybe used characteristics they hadn't used in this first one.
Okay. So, all right, but needless to say, when your movie starts with somebody interviewing the guy saying, "I'm Billy the Kid," and it's Emilio Estevez in old man makeup.
Well, but that guy existed too. There really was a guy named Bushy Bill Roberts who was
Hmm.
telling everyone he was Billy the Kid. So
Okay.
who's to say?
All right. So I guess it would be a crazy flick because this is a lot like a music video more than a movie, especially when we get to see Terrence Stamp get gunned down and somehow his body
Yes.
hops out of the coach. Like,
Yes. It was definitely a product of the late '80s as far as the music scene was concerned,
oh,
and
never,
yeah, it was kind of a rock and roll western.
yeah, and never mind the opening when we're the weird visual effects to kind of like you see shadows, but
Yes,
that's not how shadows work, and like,
and what I love about the opening, that was the first thing they shot for the film because that was basically the trailer of the film. Because you
mm,
mentioned this movie came out in '88. It started filming February of '88, finished in March of '88. Oh yeah, it was
damn.
released in August of '88. So yeah, they were on the fly, boys.
Oh no, a month turnaround for a movie back then. Like it used to be a film was at least a 3 to 6 month affair in the 80s.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, so damn, that is crazy, which explains a lot of the direction and such. Like, you know, definitely a lot of first takes.
Oh yeah.
So, so
Except for Emilio's stuff because he had to do multiple takes because he is such a calculating actor, but
hmm.
Billy the Kid is such an impulsive person that he would have to make him do a lot of takes over and over just so he would get flustered enough to sound impulsive.
Hmm.
And also, like, there's a scene later on where he'll be in a bathtub dictating to Doc a letter. They actually went full Brando, and he's just reading stuff off a cue card,
Okay. Oh,
just
that's
so
yeah.
it looks like he's thinking up this letter he's writing.
Which is funny. That makes me think of a Western that Brando and Jack Nicholson were in together. There was a bathtub scene there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, see if I can find that. Uh, like it was a like I mean Marlon Brando. They could say method, what have you. He was a very very lazy guy after the 60s. Um, and like he had The Godfather. That's about it, really. Um, sorry,
Exactly.
sorry. What is what is Kal-El's dad? Jor-El. Yeah, right. Um,
Jor-El.
yeah. Sorry to offend the Superman fans. All right. Okay. So that's really I came out of this kind of with the vibe that this was the late 80s Boondock Saints in a sense.
That's not a terrible way to put it, honestly. Ooh, I've never heard that before, thought of it before, but I don't hate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely very stylized. It kind of revamped the Western genre that had fallen on its ass a year or so earlier with some big flop Westerns.
Mm.
You know, after this, you get Quick and the Dead, Tombstone,
Mm.
Unforgiven. You know, the
Yeah.
Western kind of comes back in the early '90s, and
Mm.
it starts here.
Yeah. Oh, so no, it definitely established the interest that there's still interest in it, in the genre. So, but yeah, it's like kind of like there's no women in this movie except for one character, essentially two characters.
Yeah, two, two,
And
char- two characters.
yeah. Um, and when you look at
Actually,
Bo
four. I can think of four female characters.
okay, we got Alex's wife, we got Yen Sun,
Yep.
and you got the
I also
bride.
count
You got the bride and you got
the
the
bride and the
hooker.
prostitute.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, the one that may or may not be that character's mom.
gosh, I'm surprised we haven't tried to remake it now, with all the if you've ever watched the Harley Quinn series when Cy Borgman, voiced by Jason Alexander, ends up on being part one with the internet. Cy, did you see anything?
Oh my.
Oh, I see it. I've seen everything. I mean, you know what? There's a
No,
lot of,
no,
a lot of, a lot of,
no,
a
no.
lot of stepmoms stooping their stepsons. So, all right. So okay, so basically, what is it? W.H. Bonney. Um, I is that
William H. Bonney, one of his many aliases, his real
mm,
name was actually Henry McCarthy.
yes.
He also went by William Antrup, but William
Mm,
H. Bonney is his most famous alias.
right. Billy the Kid is in Lincoln, New Mexico, I guess,
Correct.
and running away from the law, he's picked up by Terrence Stamp and Kiefer Sutherland just doing their errands to run their beef. Uh, well, I mean their beef ranch, and
Yep.
Terrence Stamp just likes to pick up the derelicts, essentially, give them a second chance, and has let's
Well, can because people portray even in this movie, Terrence Stamp is 49 years old at the time of filming. Um, the real John Tunstall was only 24 years old.
that makes sense.
So
I
if
mean,
you haven't told, I'm a bit of a history buff, and this is actually one of my favorite things to study. So
mm,
that's where I'm coming in with the historical. But yeah, so a lot of the Terrence Stamp stuff is like, why would this old guy be picking up young guys? Well, he wasn't.
mm,
He wasn't much older than them, and he was like, hey, I have the ability to help him, so let's help him out.
right. No, just a good guy, and I will say thank God for City Slickers because Jack Palance needed his legacy kind of fixed. Like he had this one, then he does Batman the next year.
Yeah,
You are my number one guy, and then and that and '89 as well. He had Tango and
he was just
Cash.
chewing scenery in all these movies.
Yes, like I have not gone back and watched Shane, which bad on me. I've seen Logan, so I mean I think I get the gist, but um
The very yeah, I mean, yeah.
so um and actually I had a note saying, "Do we blame the Untouchables for being so liberal with history?" Spoiler, Neary did not get shoved off a roof. Um
Yeah, that was definitely a lot more hard and loose with the facts than this one, I think.
yeah. But I kind of get a little bit of a De Palma, like people trying to capture that De Palma vibe. Like
Oh, well, yeah.
I brought up the Warren G regulator thing, and then you know, it's kind of like, is it just too many white people in this one? Like for them to embrace for the African community to embrace it like Scarface, you know? Um, well, hell, I mean, we only got besides walking through a reservation, we only got essentially one minority, I think, well, two minorities in this. Lou Diamond Phillips is the Mexican Navajo, and
Yeah.
and
And then various villagers
yes, yeah,
would be Hispanic, especially as when they get
when
along the
they
border towns and
right,
stuff.
it's like it kind of made me think though, like we got to get to old Mexico, and it's like, is Trump really just saying all this stuff because you know he's just too lazy to run to be a convict who runs away there? I guess.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's a valid point. I'm not going to argue with it.
All right. Okay. So, right. So, okay, we covered the music video, Jack Palance. So, right now I'm watching it. We're at the dance where, kind of really such a turn, like besides for the pugilism scene. Um,
The pugilist scene I absolutely love because that is the reason I know what the word pugilist means.
ah,
Uh, I was probably about 13 or so the first time I saw this movie, and that's when I learned what a pugilist was.
hmm.
I'd never heard that word.
Well, I mean, I've seen enough. Not well, no, I wouldn't have known it back in 1988. Definitely not. Um,
Right,
well,
exactly.
yeah, yeah, no, I'm a product of the combat sports. That's just where I would pick it up from. So it gives me a little time, like we're because I don't have too many notes. It's like it's a nice way to get to know the characters. I especially love the you and I bit before the
Yes.
that's right, right? Um,
Yes.
but it takes a real quick t
Checking his grammar while talking smack.
yes. Um, so for me though, like when I go back to this, like the first time I've seen any of these actors, Emilio Estevez, Mighty Ducks, Charlie Sheen, Hot Shots, maybe the TV edited version of Major League, Terrence Stamp, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I knew Kiefer Sutherland as Donald's kid. That was pretty much based around watching the TBS edit of Animal House back in the day. Lou Diamond Phillips, I knew. Lou Diamond Phillips, I knew from La Bamba, and that's like the first. I just obsessed with the song, the soundtrack. It's the first cassette I had. Not a fun movie. I will say that.
No.
Yeah. Um. So. So yeah, the regulators are leaving for the morning, after New Year's Eve, and they see some quail. They're gonna go shooting, and John, being a good guy, yeah, boys will be boys, and that pretty much leaves him open to be gunned down, and that's the inciting
Yeah.
incident.
Yes,
It's
and the historical reports of this say he was blown out of his saddle. There was a lot of dudes and a lot of firepower. If you wanted to knock a man completely off a horse out of a carriage like that,
mm,
that's what you had. Yeah, like they way too many people to do the job is what I'm getting at.
yeah, no, it's. I mean, I just watched a video, one of those videos on YouTube about the most important or most successful assassins, and then you have the entire assassin group that inspired the Assassin Creed. One blade will do it type attitude. Um, that's I can't remember the channel. I think it was maybe been Side Projects. It's a Simon Miller, this bald British guy who just does a lot
Yeah,
of narrating.
I am well aware of Simon.
Okay. Oh no, not Simon Miller, not that bald British guy. Simon Whistler. Um,
Oh, okay, yeah.
eh,
I'm thinking the finger of power ups and downs guy.
yeah, you know, I have hair, so I can't do the why. I'll tell you. Okay. Like I don't know. I don't watch a lot of wrestling news anymore, just because everybody is like, "Oh, WWE is fixed, so AEW is the problem" type
Oh no,
coverage.
oh no, they haven't been saying that for a while, Bubba.
Oh, I mean, going into I don't know. I've seen too much clickbait stuff saying AEW. Like, no, I'm not gonna watch it if you're just trying to trigger me right away. And I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they are trying to trigger. I'm not saying the story's triggering, but come on, man. I'm not in the
Sure.
clickbait game. So, um,
Right.
yeah. So, all right. So basically, the lawyer, Tunson's lawyer, is insistent. Like, okay, this is all about the beef contracts with the government, and this is all wrong. Justice has to be made. So they deputize the regulators. Uh, After enough, like, you're gonna tell these kids they can't go and correct things. So done in secret, and then this is where we really, I mean, Billy the Kid is a psychotic, I think, in this.
Yeah. Well, in a few other movies that I've seen where he's portrayed very similar to this, probably the one that comes to mind most would be Chisholm. He's a very level-headed person until he has a reason not to be, and
Mm,
unfortunately, he finds lots of reasons to go very impulsive very quickly.
what was the line?
Which
Oh,
again, the real
mm,
Billy the Kid was the real yeah, the real Billy the Kid was 19 or 20 around the time of this happening. So yeah, I mean he doesn't have the maturity of a full grown adult to see things logically. Like, no, he's ticked. Let's do this.
yeah. What was it when at dinner? Like, oh, we were just what's the term they used? Started with an H when they were joking about Billy the Kid.
Hacking. We were just
Yeah.
hacking on you. We were just hacking on you.
Okay. So you killed a man, Billy. Yeah. What'd you do that over?
It was hacking on me.
Yeah. So, but this does make so we have gotten to hit their first bounty essentially, and that's where I think Billy the Kid just kind of freaks out when he's assigned to do the arrest. Um, finds out that
Well,
Henry.
yeah, they ask him to do the arrest. They send him in there. He sees Henry Hill, who is a much larger man than Billy, and
Okay.
at the time he's in a room full of Hill's friends.
Yes.
So we need to like not do this here.
Yeah. So he followed, which I don't know. I mean, I know how easy it is, and we see it in a lot of movies. Like, I don't know, diapers would have been a good thing in the old West, it seems. You know,
Well, yeah.
yeah. How like we get it in Unforgiven, the guy getting shot in the shitter, and like it works out later in the
Well, I mean,
movie.
there's a reason the phrase "getting caught with your pants down,"
Oh, okay.
exists. Yeah, yeah, you got caught in the crap, and oh crap, it's an easy, yeah, an easy way to get some guy.
Yeah. Um, I do like that he goes and puts the wart in Henry Hill's mouth after shooting him with his pants down. And
Yeah, dude's laying there, shaking loose this mortal coil. He stuffs a warrant in his mouth and goes, "Oh, by the way, you're under arrest."
so, um, and let's see. No, I don't think we've gotten to the. Well, maybe they just said it, and I was thinking like, oh, is this breaking the fourth wall? When Chavez, bad medicine, like, oh, you're already prepping for the sequel, trying to get John on board. Um,
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. During the production of the film, both the writer and director would play one of their alive while doing things. So they heard the actors heard this song all the time. So Emilio jokingly asked John Bon Jovi when he met him, hey, can we have this song for the movie? And he goes, no, but then he wrote the soundtrack for the next one.
yeah, and that's
It's kind of a
it's kind of funny with 80s soundtracks. Like, I would say John Bon Jovi became the next Kenny Loggins in a sense. Like,
okay.
we
I mean,
expect
yeah,
like
but Kenny's on so many soundtracks though.
yes, but let me. I'm just researching because I think the song "Always" was like the next big hit for Bon Jovi after
Yeah.
and I think it has to be used in that movie Romeo is Bleeding. Um since that's the opening song line of the song. Um I don't know.
I don't
That
remember.
I don't yeah, I've never actually found out, but it's like, the first lyric is this Romeo is bleeding, and then I think it's the same year there's a movie called Romeo is Bleeding. Um so right now in the film we got after the shootout where I think I don't know I do like the dynamic. I don't think Charlie Sheen's overly committed to his performance, but I do like the dynamic with Emilio Estevez, like, and I think there might be a degree of jealousy on the Christian um Dick, I think it was Richard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and
Yeah, because Richard, is the foreman of the group, but Billy kind of very quickly establishes like, hey, you might have been in charge when we were working, but now this is my game.
yeah.
I'm
And
the guy that wants the revenge. You want to do things by the book.
yeah. So, I mean, so I kind of enjoyed his death, like especially like I dare you, but they didn't really dare Billy the Kid to try. It's um, and then we're getting to so in the meantime, Kiefer Sutherland is trying to win the affections of Jack Palance's uh, captive Chinese lady. Um,
That's the most diplomatic way you could put it.
mm,
But yeah, yeah, and which is also historically
yes.
accurate.
Mm,
The real Doc Scurlock did ended up marrying this woman and having about 13 kids.
yeah. Which, gosh, the motherland would have probably been would have either would be impressed by now, but all
Right.
right. Yeah, so okay. That's probably a little more offensive statement than me trying to do Eric Cartman do James almost. Uh we got there. Okay. So they've ran across their next set of guys who were tracking them and not doing that bad a job, just
No.
honestly. And McCluskey is trying to say, let's go and arrest these guys. And we established like they didn't do enough with the character, I think, to basically say like he's gonna be the bad egg. Like he was
Right.
one of
Other than yeah, he shows up after an initial confrontation with Murphy and his men. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got fired, and so will you hire me?"
yeah
And yeah, he's there, but yeah, they don't do enough to say that this guy's sketchy, other than a couple errant looks that he gives in
yeah
pretty much every
it's
scene he's in.
right.
That's about
And
it.
then and then I do like that people are getting behind Billy in the group like yeah, no,
Yes,
he was right to go and do what he
reluctantly, even yeah,
mm,
reluctantly getting behind him in the case of Doc, who never does truly see eye to eye with him,
yeah.
but kind of goes along for self preservation.
Yeah, by the end, especially once they get out of this shooting and then they find out like I can't remember the name of the bounty hunter that is that they're
Tom
really
Kenny.
yeah. I'm sorry, Tom Kenny?
Hmm.
Oh. Ah, sorry. Yeah, can't help but try to do SpongeBob right there after that.
Right.
Um so they're that's who they're really afraid of. And basically after this the movie kind of like until they go after Sheriff Brady. It's kind of just
Yes.
like I can't say a lot of things happen in this, and this is the stylized bit, which kind of brings me back to Boondock Saints in a sense, you know. Um, like they don't know where to go, and then that's when Lou Diamond Phillips finds the peyote, and
I was
and
like, oh, we lost. I boys, buckle up. I'll find our way out of here.
yeah, and again, it's like that's just not how drugs work, or at
But
least
I like
none of the
some
drugs
attention to
I've
detail
had.
that they did in this scene. Right.
Hmm.
I do like the attention to detail in some aspects of this scene. Part of the reason they decided to film all the people that are tripping in slow motion was mainly because Lou Diamond Phillips, something he was doing.
Okay.
He's on a very tall rock spire and he's turning around. Lou Diamond Phillips is deathly afraid of heights. In fact, if you look when they're on horses, he's got the shortest horse.
Oh.
So he was moving all slow because dude's scared of heights. I get it. I'm afraid of heights. I don't move fast up there either. So they started filming all the people that were tripping in slow motion, basically so they could control the speed of what Lou was doing, moving around on his spire, and it just looks really funny when some of these other guys are tripping and saying what they're saying.
Yeah.
And another thing that I liked, another thing attention I liked. Apparently, if you're doing peyote, you hurl almost immediately.
I
So
have heard
Casey
that. Yeah.
Moscow took one for the team,
Mm.
loaded his mouth up with Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, and let
Oh,
it go.
probably the cold shit too. So you're definitely,
Yeah,
yeah. So, but I don't know, and I think Dick kind of lost a little bit more respect for not doing the peyote with them all.
Yeah, which I love when I was listening to the DVD
Oh,
commentary years
all
ago
right.
by it was Lou Diamond, Dermot Mulroney, and Casey Simasco doing the commentary, and they're like, "Does anyone else find it ironic that Charlie Sheen is the only one not doing peyote?"
Yeah.
Because even back in '88, folks, Charlie Sheen be Charlie Sheen.
Oh no, he I think he had all his teeth replaced before he was 30 for all the with all the drugs he was
Yeah,
doing. Um, so let's see. Oh, I did have another note. This is the Old West. Henry Hill being 45. Is that really should that really be considered murder? Like what he's got he it's like, I'm not saying kill old people and steal their money because, they're grandparents and what have you. Henry Hill probably never saw any of his kids. So I'm just saying, like, if you're not going to be a good person and
no, yeah,
you only got five
yeah.
more
So
five more years at best being the Old West.
that's true. Yeah, I think even though this is literally 130 some years ago, the life expectancy has almost tripled in that time frame. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
which
average life
is
expectancy back then was about 40.
yeah.
Now, you're looking at it. Hell, most people can push 90 if they want to. I don't want
Oh,
to.
well, no, it's more of a I don't know anybody who really wants to push 90, honestly. I don't know, like it's kind of a
No, that's why I eat everything double deep fried, man. I ain't gonna work with that.
well, it's just smart, but then at least it might be only an American thing though, because you look at the rest of the world with socialized hell, they've got a good 10 years on their life expectancy.
Yeah,
So, uh yeah,
right.
Medicaid for all is cheaper than anything Doe's suggest. So, and yeah, I think we're far enough into the podcast, 50 minutes. I can go and say 86-47, but
It,
with
uh, mm.
I mean, that just sounds like a good knuckle tattoo. And that's just all.
There you go.
Yeah, I've already got the Palestinian Rebel Alliance tattoo done on my left arm that the customers are going to see. So I think I might be being triggering enough. Never mind, I wear a face mask, so and that still triggers people. Like, all right. So sadly, I don't know. I don't have Prime without ads, but I think this one on Amazon
Okay.
Prime, I think on Amazon Prime, like it starts the movie saying this movie will have ads, unavoidable. So it's like, okay,
Oh, I watched my recap on YouTube.
all right. Well, as I say,
So
first time watch for me.
yeah,
So
oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah. So you and
Well,
you,
but no, I mean on YouTube. It was just there.
yeah.
So yeah, I just watched it on YouTube.
All right. Yeah. It's But I'm surprised the peyote makeup didn't catch on up sooner with society. Like took all that Day of the Dead stuff.
Uh, right, right.
Yeah. Or yeah. 1994 with The Crow at the earliest. So,
Yes.
all right. And oh, I did make a note. Was Malort passed around at the conclave?
Honestly, as short as they were there, I'm gonna say they probably didn't need to break that out just yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that
But
was a
that might have been a Salvatore thing. Who knows?
eh. Um But then I'm looking at like the biggest thing about this movie is I did not need another reason to boot up Red Dead Redemption 2. I have so many more video games I have to play.
Yeah, but no. Like another thing that I like is like in the following scene. They're still tripping. They're going through the aforementioned
Oh, yeah.
reservoir, ration. Guys riding the horse backwards. People are like, "Hey, why aren't they attacking us? Because we're in a spirit world, a hole. They can't see us." Like, but my favorite little detail of that scene is Kiefer Sutherland's not in the scene, but you can see his character.
Mm.
Yeah, Doc's riding by, his face is all covered up. Keither's wife went into labor with their first child, so he
Oh,
bailed, and they threw extra on a horse.
well, better than Bela Lugosi in Plan 9. So, oh, that's what I end up like when I was at B
I
Fest.
only
That's
know that because I only know that because you told me.
uh well, beef at B Fest this year, like I get there, a lot of communications issues, or people immediately knew what to do to sponsor a movie, and I did not. So like day of, it's like, dude, you guys never got back to me about the format. How do you have anything I could sponsor? And I got to sponsor Plan 9, which is an annual movie there, and a little short film called The Wizard of Speed and Time, which B-Fest definitely something everybody should check out. Like I finally went like the first time when they came back, they had Showdown and Little Tokyo on the lineup. Uh, the Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee buddy cop comedy where it turns out Dolph Lundgren is going to be the Japanese guy and Brandon Lee the American, attitude wise.
Which is just a very weird sentence to say aloud.
Yeah, no, lots of fun though. I
It's
mean,
just a very it's just very weird.
yeah, so all right. So yeah, yeah, we're all
Yes.
yeah, still like
Yeah.
I didn't think the peyote scene was that long, but
Okay. Until you realize just how big of a break it does between action scenes.
yeah. Oh no,
Because that's really all it is. It's just a break between action sequences.
right. No, it's like I did a blog once about, sex scenes are just a way to avoid writing 3 or 4 pages in a
Yeah.
script. So
We're coming up on probably one of my favorite. We're probably coming up on one of my favorite shootouts of the movie, actually.
oh yes, no, it's yeah, I'm still just waiting for them to okay, regulators saddle up. So I gotta go,
Oh,
God.
they're still. Oh wow, I didn't really. Heck, they're still doing this.
Well,
I didn't realize we were still here.
there was a commercial break, but no,
Oh, that's right. That's right. You had
yeah,
a commercial.
yeah. So, but and yeah, no, the when I said, oh, when I first saw these actors, when it came to Dermot Mullaney, like he's just always been a that guy to me. Like, oh,
Well, and this was one of his first roles.
yeah,
So yeah, this and Casey Samasso as well. He'd just been kind of like a background person in a lot of movies.
mm,
He'd already done Back to the Future at this point. He
yeah,
was getting ready to do the sequel right
sequels,
after
right.
it.
Mm.
Yeah,
So, yeah, Billy Zane, that could have done something added to this movie.
you know what? I should have known that the Billy Zane reference was coming. I brought up Back to the Future. That's on me.
Yeah, so, uh, like, yeah, Billy Zane looks like probably like one of the first guys who just was gonna like, oh, you're like he must have been bald at 29, honestly, or something like that. Just so many bad wigs on the guy.
Duke, I mean, just let me bald and beautiful, baby.
Yeah, no, he was ahead of the time on that one, I guess.
Yeah,
All right, so yeah, so they're having dinner, and this is really the only time you really get to see Billy and Dick go at it. And
yeah. I mean, pretty pretty much right after the Henry Hill shootout, any interaction they have, Dick's not quite as uh, cordial with Billy as they were at the beginning of the movie. Dick was the one asking, Billy, have you worked this before? He was trying to get him so he could work with the guy. And then once they realized they were is law abiding, wants to just cause chaos, and it's just like, no, screw you.
Yeah, right. So, as I say, I really, I don't know if, I don't know, maybe I would like to have a little more Charlie Sheen in the movie, but as I say, he had Major League coming up. I mean, he was busy beyond busy, which kind of surprised me because he didn't, he never, he was like, aside from Platoon, I can't really say he was much of a Brat Pack guy. And I say besides
Not
for,
really.
yeah, I mean, he didn't have it, he didn't have St. Elmo's or like the only real Brat Pack thing
Well,
he
and the other thing is
did was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which might be one of his greatest
right.
roles.
And Charlie got this role after the original actor who wanted to break away from the Brat Pack persona, Patrick Swayze, turned
Ah,
down the role.
ooh, that would have been something. But not to
Yeah,
say,
but he
but
no, he had just done Dirty Dancing, and he was getting ready to do like Roadhouse and all those
Roadhouse,
other
yeah.
things after that. Hell yeah, love that movie. But yeah,
Oh
no,
no,
he was moving on towards
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah. Well, he had been playing a teenager since '79. Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, and like Swayze's already in his like mid 30s by the time we get to the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. So Buckshot Rogers, we're there.
Yeah,
All right.
yes.
Yes, which is honestly one of the
Well,
best. It is one of the best shootouts, I think. Just very much like what the Old
yes.
West was.
Well, and again, according to reports, pretty much historically accurate as well. Like this dude was cleaning house. Like one man pretty much shot everybody he could see. Like
Oh,
he might not have killed them all, as we'll
yeah.
get to, obviously because the movie doesn't end here. But
Mhm.
he definitely he was winging people, shooting fingers off,
Yeah.
all from the comfort of a crapper.
Yes. Yeah. And no, very much, and I love it. I'm daring you, Billy. Um,
Well,
yeah.
and I always kind of looked at it like you, if you again, there were members of the other regulars, they were all kind of afraid of Billy, but they like we'd rather have this crazy bastard on our side
Yes.
and like point him at who we needed him to take care of than be against him.
Right. No, I'm more afraid of the threat I know than the threat I don't know. Um,
Right. So yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I dick like in this thing like no Billy, you want to be the badass? Go be the badass.
Yeah. And I will say they did a shit job covering for Dick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they should have been lighting up
Well,
the outhouse. You had two other guns, at least.
right, but I mean, you can't shoot at the outhouse as the guy's walking to go check
Well,
on it.
no, I'm saying you start shooting at shooting as he's going to walk towards it, like covering fire, Archer style. Searle, like
Yeah,
suppressing
yeah,
fire. Like yeah, you're shooting. You're going to shoot blind, but the point is, do you really want to stick your head out? Type idea. That's all I'm saying. Like,
right.
I mean, truthfully though, no, you could have Buck would have done the same thing, even if that happened. Like,
Oh yeah,
they don't know where
yeah,
they're shooting, and it's a good old days. Like, I really kind of miss the time where wood could where bullets just didn't have the gusto to them.
yeah, yeah. A simple wood door could block bullets.
Yeah, like that's why I'm anti Second Amendment because we've taken it too far. Like, well, there's no challenge in this now. I can't jump behind a table if I'm going to get, not to say that I'm going to get into a shootout, but if I was,
Yeah, say now
like,
you have to jump behind a table at your neighbor's house.
yeah, no, maybe a bar might have enough weight to it. But yeah, no. Like, and honestly, going back to the squibs, like I never really saw squibs like this until I watched an old Clint Eastwood movie, Firefox.
I mean, you just
And
had to say Clint Eastwood because yeah, those were squid ethic.
but it's a movie where they send Clint Eastwood over to the Soviet Union to steal this super jet. and there's
Oh
a and
yes,
then this is the first time like there's a scene where the Soviets start executing everybody they suspect was behind Eastwood getting away with the jet. They got their AK-47s, and then like that's like the first time I ever seen, because I was a James Bond kid, seeing bullets go out the backside of
sure,
somebody. And so it's like, whoa, okay. And my dad's like,
yeah.
oh no, that's what they do. Like, oh, this is why you didn't let us get GI Joe
And see,
toys. You didn't want
for me,
us.
that realization happened with that that realization in my first squibbing would have been RoboCop at way too young of an age.
Oh yes, but that's on an AK-47. That's Ed with like that's something that comes in later in the movie when they finally shoot
That's
Alex,
true.
which is like you had the
Yeah, that's
Gatlin
true. That's true.
gun,
That's true.
you had the Gatlin gun, and you're just going to use it on the lawyer.
Right?
Like, I mean, it was obviously set up by that point when they were making their run for it. Like, like it's almost like, well, I better use this. Like that's a staple of classic Italian spaghetti western is like, we want to see a massacre if you have a
Oh, absolutely.
Gatlin gun. Django, the original, like, um, but I do love like they've gotten out, and this is when they've gotten, they lost Dick, but and this is when the first time they're really testing the brotherhood. Doc is doing another attempt to
Yeah.
win over Yen Soon. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know,
I'll
I
give him
did,
this. Dude's committed.
yeah, um, dude, I don't know, it still took me a while to get over the trying to be, thinking like Screech. you know, I am gonna win this girl
Yeah.
over. Um,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of like I don't know. Of course, I was not like Screech. I was a wrestling team captain. I am the badass. Like, come on. Chivalry. That's like that was my only like I try to be a chivalrous person, but I like the idea like of, oh, I just have to duel this person and reap the rewards.
That would make things easier.
Yeah, but no, and I'm smart enough to know like, well, that's not really fair to the person, and you kind of look like a dick when you just beat up people.
Yeah,
But
true.
well, I don't know, maybe like yeah, if you could talk him into a cage or a ring, I think that changes everything. But on the street swords,
Oh,
no.
yeah. That changes the dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so all right, so but no, I do love this. I do love this scene where they're talking about, how John's the basically the backstory for Chavez. Or is it Chavez y Chavez?
Um, they addressed it in that aforementioned DVD commentary. There's about 36 pronunciations of his name
Yes.
because they just didn't know how to pronounce it themselves.
Oh,
So yes, but Jose Chavez y Chavez is the general consensus for the character's name.
yeah. But
But yeah, and what I love about this scene is Lou Diamond's up there again. He's on a berm, so he's
yeah.
above everyone. He's got that buffalo skin on. He looks like he's sweating his butt off. That's because he had a fever of 103 that day. He
Jeez.
was deathly ill, but he still did the scene.
They
But
really
and he used that to his advantage. Again, it's a very poignant story. He's telling his backstory, telling of the death of his not only his mother and his sisters, but his entire tribe.
mhm.
So, like, it's a very emotional scene. So he was using the fact that he felt like complete and total garbage because he had 103 fever to his advantage doing that scene, telling that story.
Yeah, I just I can't recall the last time well, I've always come to work. Like I've been sent home sick. Like, no, we just can't have you
Sure.
puking in front of customers. Like, oh no, that might have been all of it. Let me go. No, 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 no. Um, but it's like, I kind of wish I was in a profession where like you should think like Lou Diamond or Michael Jordan. Like, I'm gonna have the best game of my life. The flu game or the in this case. Yeah.
Yes.
So um but no, I do like the entire this is where we establish pals, which comes back at the end and
Yeah.
sadly is our comes back to bite one of them in the regulators in the ass. Well, actually I think
Yes.
I do love the scene where they're mending their wounds.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a funny scene in and of itself. And I'll go ahead and touch on it a little bit now. It looks like they're filming, and again, they're in New Mexico. This event takes place in the summer. You'd think this would be a hot set. Remember, I told you they were filming in February?
Yes.
This was cold. So they're actually freezing this entire movie. And the scene where they're mending their wounds, they're sitting in what's supposed to be a natural spring tub. No, it's a hot tub. They buried in the ground and had to refill with hot water in between takes.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah.
All
So the
right.
actors went freeze.
Mm. So let's see yeah, but okay. But I mean, the establishment of the concept of pals as your family, and then it comes back at the end.
Yes.
Uh, um, but see, that's I do love that dynamic, and skipping to that point, it's like it was I think it was it Charlie who got married eventually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Charlie Bowdry kind of he knows that he's going to probably not make it through this
Oh,
movie, which is
right.
ironic because the character of Charlie Bowdry actually does survive the events of this movie.
All right.
But so that's why they go see a prostitute, which he knows actually is his mother, but they
Right.
didn't do a very good job of explaining that in the movie.
Yes, that is
So
a
yeah, he was basically saying goodbye to his mom, and then yeah, and
yeah,
then
that
yeah, he says goodbye to his mom, and then he just impulsively gets married.
mm, yep, no, it's which you know what? Honestly, I can't I've seen so many marriages fall apart basically because one party is like, well, we're goes back to Fight Club, and I've probably got other stories about dating apps right now involving that. All right, bring up something as they're trying to explain something. Well, maybe this is your issue and such. But Fight Club,
Right.
you know, my dad didn't go to college, so it was important that I did. So, I go give him a phone call after I graduate, college, and what does he tell me? Get a job. And then I get to a certain position and I call my dad back
Right.
and it's, well, what do I do now? And dad says, I don't know. Get married. And this actually kind of has that masculine vibe, I guess, of the Fight Club in a sense, because these
A
are
little bit. A little bit.
because these are, essentially runaways in a sense. And it's like, we were,
Yeah.
you know, they are, as Ed Norton says, I can't get married. I'm a 30-year-old boy. And yeah, just these guys are
Right.
kids trying to figure out what to do, no parents. And that's kind of the entire point of Fight Club is we're a generation, well, they suggest we're a generation raised by women. It's a satirical Fight Club's a satirical work written by a gay man. So let's so just to
Right.
you know, but yeah, it's just very much like this is in a sense, I could see why this would be very big with Gen X, just because it was like the first generation where it's like, yeah, did our parents really like, oh, we could stay out till the come on, and it's like, yeah,
Oh
or
yeah.
yeah, and your mom is probably nursing a bottle of sherry as you're doing that. I don't know. My mom was not like that. Believe me, it's tough enough. Come on. I don't want to have that much wine, Russ. You're entitled. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Doc has come back from trying to get Yen soon, and I guess but just looking at the like he's just down with, yeah, we're gonna kill Sheriff Brady and ruin the entire any ground we had.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it, Billy the Kid, just how he like that like again, I always say I am not a practitioner of evil, but goddamn, I love the art. I know this
Well,
is
and there's nothing to say that it did or did not happen. The reason they shot this scene like this is because Billy did actually get Sheriff Brady on April 1st,
okay.
April Fool's Day. So that
Yeah,
that's why they portray Billy being the fool here,
yeah.
because he may have been because he had that sense of humor.
Hmm. Yeah. But no, and I love it. It's basically Doc and Billy and Chavez doing all the work. Dare I say Steve
Yeah.
eh,
Um, See, I love the characters of Dirty Steve and
Charlie.
oh, they come to me. Thank you, because this movie they are portrayed almost to me. They're almost the R2D2 and C3PO of this movie.
I was
They're the
thinking
comic relief. They're the guys that are always kind of getting in. They're always kind of getting in it. You know.
I was thinking more of
I mean, I'm sure there's
Mary.
better examples,
Well,
but that's one that pops in my head.
I was thinking more of Mary and Pip from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that's another good one. That's another good
Yeah,
one.
and
That's another good one.
yeah, like Charlie's definitely the Pip, and well, no, Charlie can fight.
Well, because
So
especially like in the scene that we just saw, they do a thing where they're both looking through a fence
yeah,
as Billy's coming up to the sheriff. They spoke. I love the comedic timing that they had in this because they both spit tobacco at the same time and crossed the streams with the tobacco spit.
yeah, yeah.
It was quite funny to me.
All right. Well, had some notes about the entire Yen Soon thing, and it's like one, I did note that as an Anglophile, me cheering for the English over the Irish, I kind of like.
Yes.
I do have a tattoo. Look, I am a quarter Irish. I do have a tattoo that says "Better Mick than Hick" on my left arm. But yeah, but I have found like no, you don't use that word, the word around the Irish. Hardest time I've ever got punched in the wrestling ring, I suppose. Like, or
Right.
the only time I got surprised by a punch is I'm beating my buddy
There you
Jesus
go.
Jesus Scott Bishop, and it's like, and I always like to play up the Anglophile thing. He a week before he called me Austin Powers. It's absolutely none of the mojo, but and then like, and I may have said, like, why Russ, you can't be saying these things about his character was Jester. And I said, look, if it walks like an Irishman, talks like an Irishman, it's a drunk. So, but then I was just made a note like, should you tell, like, I know he's a poet and everything, but Doc, should you tell an Asian the past is like a yellow back novel? You just toss it away when you're done.
The funny thing is, I have seen this movie dozens of times. I have watched that scene dozens of times. I never even made that connection until you just said it. I just figured, yeah, because that's what pads of notebooks were back then. But I didn't even think of the other connotations.
Yeah, so all right. So oh, but like I do so we're having this where we're having the speech essentially where it's like, no, we got to go and push this to the president, President Hayes to fix. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, Billy the Kid is Luigi Mangione, you know? So
I mean, there are definite comparisons to be drawn.
yes, it's and you know what? I honestly, and there's a line later on. It's like, oh no, I think it's before the final shootout. So I'll save that note. All right. I already sorry to spoil the Gatling gun, but it was like just a downer. Like you had that?
Oh, I have a little tidbit about that scene, which we'll get to when we get there.
Okay.
It's
All
very
right.
interesting about
Okay.
that. Get it done.
Yeah. So, but let's see. It almost, this being still a Brat Pack movie essentially. Sorry, Judd, Molly, Allie, Anthony, um, whatever the guy who I can never remember the guy who
You know,
was in.
the rest of the Breakfast Club.
Well, yeah, no, I know the Breakfast Club. Judd, Anthony, Molly, and Allie. No, I keep forgetting the guy who carried around Bernie.
Oh yeah, Anthony Michael Hall. No, that's not
No,
him.
no, that's no.
No, no. I can think of him, but I can't think of his name at the moment.
Oh,
I
right, and
know
he's the guy who
you're
he's
talking
the
about.
directed the documentary Brats, like, which is
Yeah.
uh Andrew McCarthy. There it is. So, and
Ah,
sorry,
that's the one.
yeah, and sorry, Rob. Okay, but like Rob Lowe probably did the most to get away from the Brat Pack thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, like doing it, like I don't know. I've seen enough documentaries about the Brats. It's kind of like Molly Ringwald was. She had a hell of a time. Um, very Judy Garland-esque, sadly. But yeah, she's alive.
Yeah.
I saw her in a movie with Keanu that I rented once back with Red Boxes, and I really miss Red Box. There's just something about,
I do too.
it. I mean, it's really no different than, well, I don't know. Netflix kind of sucks now. It's not like the good old days where it was all movies and it was like going in a video store. Um,
Right.
now it's like, oh, we got to promote this thing we created, and like, oh, so yeah, I almost forgot about that because we were so busy talking about Charlie and the hooker, the what's happening alongside.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's happening with the other guys. In
right.
another historically or based in historical accuracy event, Billy the Kid did take the bullets out of a man's gun and just so he could pop him.
Oh yeah,
So yes, they're talking to a bounty hunter who is,
uh,
not aware that he is actually the person he is trying to find.
well, it is good. Like, I think that was another thing Dick had a problem with was the fact that the sketches were of him instead.
Yes,
Yeah, which um. And another little thing I like is that Pat Garrett was played by one of the sons of John Wayne. Not gonna.
yes. In this movie, yes, he's played by Patrick Wayne in this movie.
Mm.
He gets replaced by William Patterson in the second movie.
Okay, which is an upgrade. No offense. I mean, John Wayne's obviously like. Well, think about the Boondock Saints, or I should say, think about All Saints Day, Boondock Saints 2.
Yes,
You know,
yes. John Wayne is mentioned very, very heavily in that one.
yeah, like it kind of makes me wonder, like, did Troy Duffy was the first incel director, essentially?
Essentially,
Yeah. I mean, now they just, now Steven, like, that kind of surprised me that he's not working more. Like, with Stephen Miller around and Dinesh D'Souza, they need somebody to do low budget propaganda. But Right. So yeah, but no, it's just like I can't believe how stupid Tex is. Like, I don't. I mean, you could be arrogant, but and I would have taken the
Right.
bullets. The boat. I would have taken the bullets out of the gun myself, honestly, and probably had
Right.
if I'm gonna do something that stupid, I'm gonna have my ankle piece or something like that, or
Yeah,
the
yeah. The
classic
concept of
slide.
I'm just gonna hand you this thing to look at. Oh yeah, it's totally loaded, but yeah,
Yeah, no, like. Or you do the what I learned from Roddy Piper, and this is fun actually back at C2E2. I don't know how we got into a conversation about well I'd been, Saturday I had watched two wrestling shows that weekend. Friday being the New Japan show, Tanahashi's last match, excellent. And then an AAW show and then my sister's boyfriend who lives up there he did not know, like he thought everybody was smart enough to know wrestling is not um, wrestling is a fixed event, and
yes,
uh, and we were talking like, oh no, I like I would do whatever the conversation was. Like I told him a story about Roddy Piper, how he carry a revolver with him. First, first,
yeah,
first, uh, first chamber empty, second chamber a blank, third chamber. Oh shoot, these guys are still coming after me. That's when the real bullets start.
right,
And like he was surprised, like what that actually happened. Roddy Piper would actually have to worry about stuff like that in the 80s. And it's like, yeah, he got
yeah,
stabbed. He got stabbed before, man. And then my older sister went and told him a story about from Mick Foley. I don't know how she got around to a Mick Foley story since she's not a wrestling fan, but talking about, how ECW would have fans bring the weapons and how he did not realize he grabbed an actual cast iron skillet when
yeah.
facing
Not a
this,
gimmick one. Yeah,
yeah, facing the Sandman one night. So, but so, and I think I've seen that match too. Like, and of course, Sabu recently passing. There was the story about Mick Foley was
yeah,
sharing the story about, oh, the bottle he just grabbed, and like, yeah, let's use it. Took
yeah.
six whacks with it before it broke. Which, man, like you just can't intentionally break a bottle on somebody. I have found that you can't intentionally break a bottle. I have found that.
No,
Like working at a
it's not.
liquor
Yeah,
store.
it's not like on TV. Yeah, it's
Well,
not like on TV. Those things don't just go poosh immediately. No,
no,
there's some resistance in there.
until you're stocking the shelves. And
Oh
like,
yeah, then they're fragile.
yeah, exactly. Like, why are you backing up these German beers? Because the cardboard sucks, sir. Um, so there is a lot of, I say Boondock Saints, but that kind of makes me stop and think like, was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid boomers Boondock Saints? I
I
think
mean,
it's
I
made
mean,
too. It's too
again,
perfect
a
a
fair
movie.
argument. It yeah, yeah. It's definitely like if you want to have that conversation, that's definitely one that you could definitely have because yeah, now that you mentioned it, that was also kind of little hip, little stylized,
Yeah, I mean the talent,
retelling of that story.
the thing is the talent involved in that one is a totally different thing versus
Oh yeah.
either, uh, Paul Newman at his best, I think, and
Hmm.
Robert Redford on the come up, um, Goldberg's like, sorry, shoot, why do I keep forgetting a Goldman script and um and then everything else is just trying to play catch up. In all honesty, like that's what we need.
Yeah.
Affleck and Damon, give us a real Boondock Saints movie. Like you guys haven't written
Oh
anything
my.
to. anything together since Goodwill Hunting. So I think Gus Van Sant would be up for it. You know, how about them apples? Jeez.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh no, now I'm thinking of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when we do get
Yes, 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 yes,
Goodwill
yes, yes,
Hunting
yes.
to hunting season.
Hunting
But
season,
but it was great that they got Clark Gregg for that scene.
applesauce, bitch.
And it's just very weird,
Yes.
you know, like, whoa, that's the guy who plays Agent Coulson? Clark Gregg, the the applesauce
Yeah.
guy. Like, man, I don't know. Life could be hard on some people, you know. I mean, I know that's a redundant statement talking to a guy who's had heart surgery and what, 12 toes?
Half my foot.
Oh, okay. No, now I'm tempted into getting to that phantom syndrome stuff, but that would be kind of a douchey thing to
Uh,
play.
all I'm gonna say is it's really weird when toes fall asleep that you don't have anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry. That was a joke I
No, we're
made.
good.
Oh no, but it was a joke I made at a speed friending thing at C2E2. And it's like
Oh my.
okay, all right, tell your name, tell your pronouns, and tell them at this gesture junction what side of the force. And I said Russ, he, him, and you know what, light side. And then everybody's introduced themselves, and then I thought, well, I say light side, or somebody's held up on light or dark, and I say, well, shit, I said light
Yeah.
side, but I've always thought about whenever I'm seeing somebody at this con with a blind person's walking stick, should I throw a punch
Yes.
at them to see if they're actually blind or they're just
Cosplaying.
doing Daredevil, you know?
Right.
So,
That urge would be strong in me as well.
okay, just making sure. Like, it's bad enough when I play the game. So, oh, there's somebody with a prosthetic lower leg. Was it active service or diabetes?
Well, that's people play that game with me because I am a veteran, and they'll be like, "Oh, did that happen while you were in?" Or like, no, that happened because of Krispy Kreme donuts, folks.
Oh, damn it. Don't you shouldn't have mentioned Krispy Kreme now. Like I gotta leave Peoria soon enough, driving back to Champaign so I can hit the Krispy Kreme in Bloomington. I think that's the only one in the state.
Yeah, I think you're right. I
Yeah.
love that some bitch.
I how could it have failed? These are like everything is glazed.
Yeah, there used to be one near Lafayette, Indiana, where I used to live, and we'd go down there all the time. And then one day it was a Chipotle. Not a
Yeah.
good trade-off.
No. I never heard of E. coli from a Krispy Kreme. Like recently, and I think about it, it's all about frying. Like I last week I was visiting for Mother's Day and I picked up my favorite wing place ever, really. Well, I love Hooters, but you know, now those are pretty much a thing of the past. Um, but still, the best sauce and everything comes from this place called Gardner's in Morton. And I picked it up and like, all right, you know, ordered 24 and ate half of it, and like I'll save the rest for, you know, when I get home. I left them over my car overnight. And it's like,
Oh,
yeah, well, I guess we are refrying these things, not putting on the reheat setting in my air fryer. And you know what? Uh didn't die, so
there you go.
still tasted good. So frying
Cool,
fixes
cool.
everything. Or-
I have been saying that for years.
All right. So I keep meaning to write my parody of killing in the name of like and I get to I mean I got the last bit taken care of. Type 2, I won't eat what you tell me. Type 2, I won't eat what you tell me. Type 2.
Oh, I
Mo
like that
mo
one.
mother doctor. Yes. Uh, but no, I understand why Weird Al does not just does a polka every 5 years because it's just so hard to keep up with the game. If I'm thinking about
Yes,
writings.
yes, yes.
Like, sadly, my parody of Closer called Closer doesn't work anymore since the Cubs won a World Series.
Fair enough.
Because, the chorus was, I want to beat those Cardinals.
Yes.
I need hitting from the left side. I want to beat those effing Cardinals. Our whole pitching is flawed. We need a
I mean, that's
closer.
it's
We need
still
a
not
closer. No, well, we're doing all right
it's still
now.
not an inaccurate song. It's still not inaccurate.
Ow, I don't know. It's still tough for a Cubs fan. It's like it hasn't been a bad decade since. Not a great decade, but you know,
Not a great decade.
but having to wait 36 years of my life to see a title and what those 36 years were, you know,
Yeah.
can't really complain. But we had that note reading, and it's just a great scene. Like you can smell the bullshit from a mile away. But then again, it's like, is he trying to set up a
Yeah.
trap? What have you? Like, yep, I'll be unarmed. It's like, all right,
Right.
cool. Not knowing the history behind it, well, and then you go,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
and then it's like, oh, P.S. Kiss my ass.
Yeah. And like I said, yeah, that was the scene where he was reading from the cue card.
Yeah,
Um, you know, but yeah, that's a good scene, and again, it ends on a funny note with a gratuitous butt shot.
yeah. Oh, man, we have lost the art of the gratuitous butt shot.
Yeah, because but the gratuitous butt shot, it's better than the name. Obviously the name gratuitous butt shot almost makes it sound like it's a bad thing. It can be used as a punchline to a joke very funnily.
Oh yeah,
Like in this scene, for instance, like did we need to see Billy jump out of the tub and see his butt? No, but it
no,
was funny.
yeah,
Earlier, did we need to see somebody digging buckshot out of someone else's butt? No, but it was
no,
funny.
yeah, yeah, no, and everybody's got a butt. Like, so, there's
Yeah,
nothing
we all got
really.
one.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just, well, I mean, women, this one they may have been one for the lasses, I guess. But
There you go.
yeah, but it goes back to another. It's very, very stretching the Charlie Sheen Emilio, but Loaded Weapon 1 did have the gratuitous butt
Yes.
shot.
There. Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Emilio's
Yeah.
at.
That one. Yeah. That one. Yes. Emilio with like a prosthetic bodysuit
Right.
on or something.
Yeah.
Just doing the gratuitous
Walking in the
but in the moonlight shot.
like shot. Yeah. Ah, I don't know why that one did not work out as well as it should have. I mean,
Because
maybe
it was weird as all get out.
we're talking about the movie in general, not the scene. I mean, like
Yeah.
you got
I,
Tim
I
Curry,
know.
you got Tim Curry and William Shatner as your bad guys. Like that should be printing money type stuff.
That's the problem. There wasn't enough scenery for the both of them.
Okay, all
They
right,
were both doing everything in sight.
all right. So yeah, we're so getting back to the palace thing, like.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're prepping for the shootout at McSweeney's or Sweeney's. Um
McSween.
McSween, okay. And honestly, not a lot of action really. Like, okay, a bunch of you know, bullets flying, but it's like we only get one kill, which is a hilarious kill.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Well,
But
what's funny about this scene is it took a long time to film, obviously.
yeah.
So they film all of Emilio coverage from they need from him. So now they're shooting the other guys. So Emilio gets bored and he just dresses up. And yes, one of the unnamed extras is Emilio Estevez shooting at himself. This scene also gives us Tom Cruise in a cameo
Oh,
appearance. He plays one of the guys that will be shooting at the house. He will when they make their escape and Charlie shoots somebody, you'll see somebody's head fly up in a weird like slow motion. That's Tom Cruise. He was hanging out on set one day and he never been squid before. They're like, "You wanna?" And he's like, "Yeah."
I gotta. All right, IMDbing that right now. Like it's John Kinney. Oh wait, no, it's John Kinney, not Tom
And
Kinney.
and what? Oh, sorry, John Kenny.
Yeah,
I was
so
thinking SpongeBob, but no.
right.
And then finally, I alluded to this earlier. There's a Gatling gun that will be introduced in this scene. The gentleman that says fire for the Gatling gun and actually does the shooting of the Gatling gun, you only see him from behind. You don't get to see his face. If you got to see his face, you'd see it was country music's man of the year that year, Randy Travis.
Oh, that's when country was all right. I mean, it was kind of going downhill, but
Yeah, yeah. He actually wrote a song for this movie that was never released. It was turned down, but he wrote a song for this movie. Um, and
all
yeah,
right.
he was in the movie. Like you hear him say the word fire,
Huh.
and
Yep. No, I have
yeah, he is the one.
gotten to the rest of the cast listed off alphabetically, which is all the uncredited. Tom Cruise is a Murphy henchman.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
all right. So that is a weird thing. Tom Cruise was never really considered Brat Pack.
But he had worked with Emilio on The Outsiders.
Oh
They
yeah,
were
which
friends.
was
He was filming some. He was
Patrick Swayze was in that though. That's another Brat Pack guy. Ralph Macchio, he was
yeah,
thrown in there. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
They're
that's
all they're all associate members. Yeah.
okay. Ancillary, I think is the term, or at least when Chris
Yeah, the
Jericho's
ancillary. There you go.
yeah, when Chris Jericho said Mike Tyson was an ancillary member of the inner circle.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I thinking about wrestling for a month. Like Chris Jericho, like I like what he's doing right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it okay, all right. I know a lot of people still like, no, he's taken like I thought his stuff like the end of his feud with El Bandino. Oh yeah, hey Pepin, Charlie Crawford ain't with you no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, gosh, man, I don't know, like, and maybe it's just being a white guy and knowing that I would thrive, like Victorian England, Old West, like. I think that's really what the problem is. We just have to create time travel. And if timelines are correct based on the Avengers um Endgame theory, we can send people back in time. It'll affect our
Yeah.
timeline only going it won't affect our timeline in the past.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what we need to do. Create a time machine, send all these incels to colonial India or the Old West, preferably the Old
Yeah.
West, so they can die violently instead of, I don't know. Would you rather have a violent death or the plague?
Uh, Plague.
Yeah, I mean, at least you get time to put your shit together, at least in that. Violent death, if you don't have the will written out, everything's like the paperwork, nightmare. So we have a shootout with only one casualty, and
Yep.
Half the guns in New Mexico,
Yep.
and yep, and which is crazy. It's like Murphy, like I would have thrown every like this is the Alamo with a quarter of the people of the defenders.
Yeah.
Like I don't get how we had this
But again,
stand.
but again, historically, this is how sometimes it's hard to tell if it actually took place in a house or in the store that McSween and Tunstall owned. But a lot of times, yeah, it happened in one of those two places. And yes, there was about 10 guys versus 100 guys, and the 10 guys won.
Well, I'm not saying that it's about the winning or losing. It's like this was a what were you trying to wait him out for type situation because Murphy, as the cavalry arrives, literally when I'm watching, and I know that's not the cavalry, that's infantry, but
Yes,
I
yes,
digress. Like, and then Murphy goes, "I don't want you guys around here."
yeah.
It's like you could have gone and ended it that night.
I've already said, yeah, yeah. You light the house on fire after
After
the
they
military
arrive,
shows up. You could have done that yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah.
and and I mean, I guess this is a message of why we need to get Linda McMahon out of public education because it's needed. Like, all right, like, uh, and this is where you do get to see a few African Americans brought into the film. I will say that.
Yeah, they do bring in a regiment of African Americans, which again, the Dermot Mulroney character, we haven't really touched on the fact that he's insanely racist.
Oh,
And some of the is he does become he does become friends with Lou Diamond. He realizes like, hey, maybe I was taught wrong, because this is a good dude.
yeah,
But yes, when the African American regiment comes up, you can see Dermot Mulroney's character's eyes go wide because this would be the worst nightmare to someone like that.
yes, but speaking good that we got to that. It's like I don't know. I think you have a good relationship if you can put a blade to somebody's throat and not kill them.
Yes, many a nights I put a knife to your throat. Yes.
So
Glad I never killed you. You're all right.
yeah,
Like what?
but no, I think that's there's a degree of romance to that. Like yeah, that's all I'm looking for in life, ladies. Somebody will put a knife to my throat, and I prove myself to not be worth killing. Like so, yes,
Yeah, we're not asking much.
yeah, I know, and you make the wrong decision, you get your murder porn TV series out of it. You're a star.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, all right. So yeah, they're finally opening fire again.
Yes.
So, and yeah, it's I don't know. For me, I guess it's just I've seen the hold up in a house done so many times with a lot more action and like
Yeah.
you know uh fistful of dollars, um Walter Hill's The Quick and the Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis,
Hmm.
um the original Yojimbo, the movie that kind of started it all, Kurosawa's story about a bodyguard. But yeah, no, I didn't think of like, man. I did not realize the military was the same as it was in Vietnam. As I think of Charlie Sheen in Platoon, and the majority of his platoon being black people. You know, I
Mhm.
guess they're I guess it's like nothing else for a person of color to do except join the military, which sad state of affairs. But now I'm thinking, no. Well, couldn't we have thrown some cool black actors in there? Like, give me a Keith David behind the Gatling gun, or. So, but I will say though, the actors do carry this very, very well. At least Emilio Estevez and Keith are not so much. I mean, it's great when Charlie finally goes nuts. Like, but it brings back the pals conversation
Yeah,
when they,
yeah. When Charlie finally sacks up
yeah,
and completely loses it. Yeah, he challenging the guy he's been scared of the whole movie, and John Kenny.
yeah.
He takes out Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
Right, but I mean the arc is like they gave him a chance
he,
not to come
he
come
yeah
along.
he has that switch flip. Yeah,
Like they told him like, dude, maybe Charlie, maybe you should just you know leave this one out. You have a wife now,
just stay. You just got hitched. Stay home.
and he says pals are a hard thing to have, and the brotherhood again brings us like I guess we get that every decade or so. They movie that's solely about male love in a sense. I don't think that's a
Yeah, exactly.
like yeah. And of course, this is the kind of male love where, the male lovers are basically going to say, "But we ain't gay." But well, I'm just stating it. It's like goes back to Clerks 2. Are you really going to make me say it?
Yes.
I love you in a totally heterosexual way.
Well, I mean that's just a little hallmark of Smith's writing, though. I'm just
Yeah.
hetero life mate, silent Bob.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, Jay thinks about guys when he's jerking off, so but
That's very true.
yeah.
Not every time.
Oh, can't wait for June 1st. I gotta go. All right. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised we got that far without this happening.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
no, I know. I just had a disconnection. I think we got
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
yeah,
We're good.
I think we got the not every time, and I think like good place to end on that one. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Damn, that is a small horse Lou Diamond is riding to the rescue with.
Part of it, he is the part of it is the fact that he's afraid of heights, and another part of it was he's the tallest cat. I look short.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, all right. Looks like Dirty Steve's gotten it. I mean, I appreciate everybody gets a round or two.
Yes,
Yeah. No, or
or a few.
yeah, no, in Charlie's case, but he not a souvenir. And that's a no, but I love it. The I don't know, kind of redundant to do the multi-angle, multi-shot of him pulling the gun up for that final shot at Kenny.
Yes.
But all right. And yeah, yeah. Oh, but I mean, you can't really end a movie better than, you know, a 50-yard away pistol shot.
Yeah, reap the whirlwind, you some
You some-
bitch, reap it, and yeah,
eh,
headshot clean.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, three head nods to go down.
No. Yeah.
He definitely like finds the camera, choose some scenery, goes down.
Yes. No, I mean, unless you got Terry Hatcher in front of you to kind of drag you down, I suppose.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, no, you don't spin. Yeah, I don't know much about guns, as I say. No, I know you don't spin on a headshot.
Not
Perfect.
not generally, not generally.
Oh no, no, no. I hear you. I believe Lee Harvey Oswald did kill Kennedy. I still believe there were other shooters, but I'll give Oswald the credit. So yeah, 14 brothers and Sue McSweeney went to see Chauncey's dreams to fruition. Most prolific prominent Cattlewoman. Yeah, I really need to have to read about. I don't know. It's just very like I see the the epilogue scene. It's kind of like, do I really need to research the governor of New Mexico?
Lou Wallace, who was the governor at the time, um, yeah, well, Lou Wallace would actually be the guy from the second movie. I'm sorry, he replaces Governor Axtell from this movie,
Yeah,
and he was basically put it as a giant chicken. He like Axtell just hey, Murphy and his boys are paying me. They can do whatever they want.
right. Which is just, hey, I'm from Illinois. I love Chicago. That's just how government's supposed to work, right?
Right, exactly.
So no, I do not. Sorry. So yeah, movie has concluded, and it's like, no, I don't want this. I don't want Amazon to think that I want to watch the Magnificent Seven remake.
I
I don't know. It's got a cast I like. I mean, that was when Chris Pratt was still,
haven't seen that one yet,
yeah.
honestly.
Well, there you go. So I'd say what? Would you recommend the second Young Guns?
The second Young Guns is definitely not as good as the first, but I wouldn't tell you not to watch it. That one is definitely a little bit more Hollywood, even more stylized, I think, than this one.
You see, now you're selling it. It's
Um,
like, well, now
yeah,
I want to see how far you can screw
but
this shit up.
right. The character dynamics are still there. Again, it's still a really good cast. You have returning cast members and new cast members in that one that are good additions.
Mhm.
Christian Slater being added to the cast, I don't think was a bad thing at all.
Oh,
Um, but
so
yeah,
my
I don't think it's as tight of a story.
okay. See, the funny thing with Young Guns 2 is like I can't recall if it was the first time I was at so I've stayed at Planet Hollywood thrice when I've been in Vegas. And I think it was the first time or maybe the second time, like the rooms have movie themes. And I know one of the times I got Young Guns 2 as a theme for the room,
Okay.
which is just kind of crazy. Like, say you have 50, I know it's a big Vegas hotel, probably 20 floors, 50 rooms of floor, 2,000 movies. And you're telling me Young Guns 2 makes the top 2,000? Okay, so see, I'm just making sure, like,
It's not a bad movie. I'm not going to tell anyone that they have to watch it. I'm not going to tell anyone not to watch it. That's kind of on you.
All right. So, in the end, though, I mean, especially, doing the podcast and having it in my peripheral to make sure we're not wasting too much people's time. Um, yeah, because we're not even at 2 hours, and the movie's only an hour 50. I would say,
Yeah.
just seeing it and like, all right, now talking, like going through my notes, because, I probably started this movie at 11 p.m. on Friday, finished watching it about 1:30, taking notes and doing all my side of it.
Yeah. Oh
Not
yeah.
not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's great just having you here doing the like I listened to the commentary. So, no, it's a lot of
Oh yeah.
fun. I mean, this time like you really stop and talk about it like yeah, it takes its time at too much time at some places like
I,
but
I would never call it plotting, but it definitely has some odd pacing issues.
yes, that's the worst thing about it. I mean, and the music video vibe, that was what the 80s was. Like there was a
Yeah.
there's a trilogy of movies called the Paramount Musical. None of these films are musicals, but it was Footloose, Top Gun. Oh shit, I can't remember the other one if it's because it can't be Purple Rain, but wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Paramount
Yeah.
Flashdance. There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, which is definitely like now Flashdance. That's one I advise people to skip, but which kind of sucks because I think that's probably Giorgio Moroder's best score soundtrack at least. Like we got this German Italian guy who took the time to write songs about Pittsburgh,
Right.
and then you have that movie. So,
But yeah, all in all, like it's a good 1-2 combo to watch both movies.
all
They're
right.
definitely you could definitely tell the second one had a higher budget because it doesn't look like the first one. It does
Hmm.
have a different director,
Yeah.
same writer and everything else, but it does have a different director, so that's part of it. It definitely looks a lot different than the first one, but it's a good combo. The pals thing kind of carries on through is another through line. Like characters that aren't in that movie are mentioned in it though, at least because they didn't survive the first one. So I mean it definitely remembers the first movie.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a good continuation, and also there's a lot of factual accuracies in that one as well, and a
Hmm.
few embellishments.
But yep, no, I guess we hold that off for a year, come back to Young Bucks too. I mean, I know you got a lot of other suggestions we'll get around to. And
Yeah, we'll get in there. We'll get her for
all right.
sure.
So obviously, you have your TikTok series, Baking While Baked.
Yes, yes. Follow me over at CouchManBakes over on the TikTok as long as it's still there, and yeah, Baking Well Baked is the series, and yeah, I'm actually working on an episode at the moment, so I'm
Oh,
waiting on things to get done cooking.
okay, all right. Well, damn it, we could be doing this weekly. Well, no, I can't guarantee that, but for the most part, like, oh shoot, when you throw it in the oven? All right, I'm here. Okay, but all right. So you can obviously find the show on all podcast apps, 5 stars, reviews, preferably. Be as honest as you want to be in the comments. I will learn from them. I think everybody who's criticized the show can acknowledge that if they came back. So, um, and there's my Patreon, patreon.com/slash I did crazy flicks, where $3 a month you get a free waterproof sticker. I've washed it many a times on all the cups and stuff I put on my water bottles at work. Still on there. And you get a shout out each episode as long as you're subscribed. So let me thank Tim Bates, friend of the show, been on the episode about Arena from 1989, which Charles Band, Bloodsport and Space movie, and the Night of the Demons episode. Former AAW backstage interviewer, close personal friend of mine, the Scoop Staley, or I should say the tax write-off, but I digress. And new to the show, Jen Luckman out of Bloomington. Thanks for all the support. You're either giving me 3 energy drinks a month with all of that, or my cat 9 tins of cat food. It's going to the cat. So, and of course, if you want to be on the show, send an email to rustthebus07@gmail.com. That's RUSSTHEBUS07@gmail.com. Offer me a theme, a director, a movie, an actor, just as long as the movie can be considered bonkers. I'm more than up to talking about it. But if it's a little mellow, your independent film, you know, something with gay cowboys eating pudding, as South Park would call it, I'm still willing to talk about it as long as it's between 70 and 100 minutes. So let me thank my best friend, Stacia Marie Harden, for keeping an eye on me, keeping me out of too much trouble, at least making sure I find the good kind of trouble. And I hope she's squeezing the ectoplasm out of the fluffiest of cats I've known, Skimbleshanks the One-Eared Angel. So, with all the formalities, thank you very much, Andrew, for coming back on the show.
Oh,
And
no problem. I
and
love coming on here.
all right, and we'll keep you posted, world, if bigger things are to come. So some applications have been submitted. No, I'm not paying a ticket for you to go to Atlanta if I luck out there. But
I completely understood.
yeah, but I don't know, Southwest pretty affordable.
Yeah, it's true. I still gotta get that real ID thing though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, or a passport, one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah. At least you're a man. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So, all right. So, thank you very much for listening to that. I Did Crazy Flicks with Cat Bus Russ. That's probably the easiest way to search for it. But thank you again, Andrew, and look forward to our next conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Can I hear a wahoo?